in a tough market, I always tell you that good things can still happen, not just with the market, but with individual stocks, and very much in unlikely places. Take Kemet, that's Kemet Corporation. It's a maker of basic electrical components, with a stock that had been very, let's say, down and out for months. Back in September, we got a call on the stock from Jay in New York. I wanted to give it another look. After roaring in the first half of the year, the darn thing went into a sickening slide, not because of anything the company did, but because investors were worried about Kemet's fate in an economy that might be slowing. This morning, though, Kemet reported a spectacular quarter. The company delivered a monster 26 earnings beat off of a 61-cent basis, higher than expected sales, up nearly 16% year over year. Management even rolled out a modest dividend. In short, business is very good at Kemet, which is why this stock surged $2.79. That's nearly 16%. So what does this terrific beat mean? Let's check in with Per-Olof Luth. He's the CEO of Kemet Corporation. Learn more about the quarter and where the company's headed. Mr. Luth, welcome to Mad Money.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, sir, because this is your first time.
Good day to be talking about Kemet.
I was going to say, absolutely. I want people to know what you guys do, because in many ways, you may have triggered a much larger rally throughout the entire market because of how broad Kemet's components are used. So give us an overview.
Yeah, I mean, we are used in just about every application you can conceivably think about. And we talk about Kemet may not be a household name, but we are pretty much in every household. And we cover the automotive sector, we cover the military, the medical, industrial, telecommunications. And, whenever there is voltage, you need some of our things to support the semiconductors on the board.
Now, what I felt when I read through this incredible numbers was that a lot of people feel the Internet of Things has slowed. It's obvious from Kemet's numbers, since you are so broadly within the system, that to bet against the Internet of Things may be a stupid bet.
I personally think so. I think what we're seeing is a trend and not a bubble. Yes, there's cyclical things that may happen in the marketplace, and of course we will be affected by that as well. But I think actually we are just in the beginning of the digitization of society, and companies like us and others will benefit from that for a long time to come.
Now, you have 15% of your business is in auto. Everyone tells us that that business is terrible. Are you seeing a negative bent to your auto distribution?
No, actually auto is doing very well, and we expect that part of our business to grow nicely. And if you just look at how many components are in newer cars, not just from the electrification of the transportation sector, but also just electronics in general. If you take a Tesla, for instance, we'll have upwards of 10,000, 12,000 MLCC components in it, and a IC, a normal combustion engine car may have 2,500. So we see the need for these components to be growing quite nicely over the next many years.
We like to judge in Mad Money about companies' demand by how the gross margins are. Your gross margins were exceptional. That means you do have some pricing power?
Today, what we are seeing is no declining ASPs. We are used to declining ASPs in the electronics and IT market, of course, but prices are stable, and we see opportunities for price increases, which we are looking to do strategically and sustainably.
We have felt that there is a PC boom that's happening. A lot of people have criticized us for that view, but we've been talking directly to the manufacturers. You are in a lot of circuit boards. I have to presume that you see no PC slowdown.
No, we see PCs growing, and I think companies, just like our company internally, are, we're changing PCs faster because the new capability is improving so much that you want to stay ahead of the curve if you want to have a good organization, and therefore you need to invest in IT, and that's good for us.
I think people, look, you got a great website, and it's got a really good video on it. But I think that you have to talk about what a tantalum capacitor is for our people who don't know Kemet. I have to tell you, I was not informed well enough when I had a call about Kemet, but these are pervasive in the way that you really own this market. So tell people why you used that particular material and why it works so well.
Well, tantalum was invented by Bell Labs to use as a solid capacitor right after the transistor was invented. So we've been doing tantalum capacitors for a long, long time. And basically, the material gives you the opportunity to have the best volumetric efficiency, meaning per real estate unit, you get more out of a tantalum capacitor than any other. And therefore, many companies are using that capacity when power and speed is of the essence.
One last question. A lot of people feel there's a slowdown in telecom. 14% of your business is telecom. Clearly, that big a percentage, you can't see a slowing.
You know, we have been talking about 5G for some time, and it's coming. I was in Shenzhen not long ago, and they were trying autonomous buses with the 5G system in town of Shenzhen. So 5G is coming, and we all know that more componentry is required to make 5G happen. So we're all looking forward to that. It hasn't even started really yet.
Wow. Well, look, we needed to hear that. We needed to hear something positive. You just gave it to us. Thank you so much to Per-Olof Löf, Kemet Corporation. Guys, go to the website. There's a good video. You know exactly what they do. This is the kind of thing that busts the gloom of the semis. Mad Money's back in for the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.